All right, so we're recording. Hi everyone. This video is a little bit different from my usual content, and I was kind of in the and I was kind of in the mood, or I've wanted to try doing something like this. So I'm actually going to be going over a first to five set that I had when was this? About 4 days ago against this Japanese player Voxy. He's actually been really good. He's one of our newer players in like the Asian community for them's fighting herds, and he's been getting good really quickly. This is actually the fourth character he's learning. He's been learning throughout his time in the game, and he's already got down like the. He already has like a solid grasp of how to play Arizona. And what's this? I For context, I originally wanted to try to stream this game, but I wound up I was having problems streaming my video. So what I decided to do instead was to just record this. That way it's easier for me to just upload it into YouTube when it's done. And yeah, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. It's still I'm not used to just talking without the script. So hopefully this match analysis will go well, because I lost in this set, but I still feel like I did well by the end of the day. So I'm gonna go over the good points that happen, the good things that happened to the match, and what exactly were the bigger mistakes, and probably how could they have been fixed. So without further ado, let's get started.
In victory, then you must fight. Ready? Fight.
Ooh. Okay, so for starters, that was a really good read on Voxy. Uh you don't want to use instant air dashing too much as an approaching tool, because if your opponent it's especially a low height where like if your opponent can see you incoming, especially if you're like far away as shown. Where is it? Hold on. Especially in this distance. This is a pretty reactable distance. And because of that, like you can an opponent can your opponent can see an instant air dash from like a mile away, and they can just prepare with, like in Arizona's case, a short hop jumping bee, or just even a regular jumping bee. Yeah, like that, see? Ooh. Let's actually go over that. Let's go over that bit really quickly. 33 seconds, so 32. Ah, okay. So I tried to backdash. I think I tried to jump. So let's see. Yeah, this is a backdash. I I think I tried to jump, and then he was able to check me with like the jab. So I think one thing you'll want to do, just make sure that you're blocking as soon as you can. Or actually, rather than block, I probably could have just done like a quick jab. Because the thing is, if you do backdash as a reversal, you're usually invincible throughout like the 8 frames of startup that it has.
Well done. Again. Take off. Back off.
Yeah, this is one of those things that just lead to really bad damage. Uh mm. Just oof. And I had like such a good flow to this part too, because especially like if you go over, here we go.
Take off. Back off.
I had like a good option, but then I think I autopiloted at this point where I wound up doing 2B as a way to thinking that they weren't gonna push block. So as a result, I got punished with the jumping C. Yeah, that's right, good damage. It was blue beat, but good damage nonetheless. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Looking back at this, I do this a lot in the set, but there are instances where here we go. Here's it. And there we go. Okay, so I actually end up doing this a lot in the set where I just super jump and fly, which is actually a really bad move because what's this? There at this rate, Arizona has like two options. She can she can anti-air and then she can just do like air grab, which we saw later on. Yeah, this is it. And if you get air grab by Arizona, this is like a really bad spot because this is a hard knockdown. So she can just set up whatever pressure she wants. And yeah, I got pretty lucky with that 70 looking back. Okay, so this is another bad habit that I was noticing. I kind of watched this a bit earlier, so let's see, where is it? There we go. This range here, it is really bad because at this range, she can actually do 4D. So, yeah. This is a really bad distance to set yourself. Actually, there we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Here you go. This is a really bad distance to set yourself as for a super jump. You do not want to super jump when you're this far from Arizona. Because as a result, she can just react with 4D. And you don't want her to get the 4D because she basically gets a ground bounce and a combo. And as a result, I lost the round. So that sucks.
Round 2. Fight.
That was clean. So this is a tactic that I've started using recently. I still need to do a bit more practice, but it's really effective when it works, when I can get it working. Because usually at the start of the match, I usually have like two options. I can hit her with 5B, so I control this space, or I can super jump way above her head. Which yeah. And if you noticed, because of like the super jump, I'm able to like force her to guess where I'm gonna be landing. And yeah, if you ever drop your combos, or you ever find yourself ending your combo in the middle of the screen, do super jump fly. It's very effective at that in those situations. Yeah, this is why, again, don't do super jump fly. Super jump fly works mid-screen. You don't want to do this in the corner because, as you saw, because I tried to do 3D, Arizona wound up reacting with the 6A and got a combo as a result.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, sometimes Voxy does this, but you, as an Arizona player, you do not want to do grabs, especially because the thing about grabs, if we can go, let's see,
Now it's
and
my
here we go. Da, da. There we go. And here. Okay, so grabs depend if it's okay. The thing about grabs, about lassos specifically, is their hitbox often ends up showing here. And then the hitbox for like 4D, it's usually at this range. So, if you, because of that, when you have this awareness and you're basically at mid-range, you can either go for like a 5B or even just dash up and jab them, as especially as Tianhuo. So, let's continue.
that the best you. Ash. Crash. Like a moth to the flame. Final round. Fight. Take off.
Oh, yeah. Super jump. Yeah, super jump fly, people. Yeah, don't do super again. Don't do super jump fly in the corner. You can see me getting punished severely for it.
Now it's my turn.
Okay, so at this point, I know I said earlier that the super jump fly is usually bad at the corner, but one advantage of like super jump and fly when you're in the corner is you can use it to to just check if like the Arizona is gonna be doing like a magic headbutt. Because if you notice here, if you notice this at her resources, just about here, not only does she have three bars of super meter, but she has 3 full stocks of magic. So anytime she can go into counter, and she can go into magic headbutt, and she can even go into super. And if she somehow hits, she can just convert the super into a level 2 to get a full combo.
You're not a warrior yet. You have much to learn. Tianhuo wins.
And yeah, this is actually one of those examples where, aside from like having a good game plan, you also want to try to maximize your damage as much as possible. That way, because at least then, when you get like a really good read, it helps you convert the situation into a win.
Rematch? If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, again, super jump fly. It's so good as like a neutral. Okay, this is another thing I kind of want to point out in like this set. Because this is how the matchup usually works. Whoever gets the first touch often has the best chance of controlling the flow of the is able to control the flow of the match and is able to win the match because of it. Win the match because of it. So, what's this? Your Arizona has 6A and she even has like magic stomp. Well, not magic stomp. She has like her stomps to control neutral. So the best way for Tianhuo is to approach Arizona is to use her instant air dash jumping B as a reaction tool. So, especially since it is very possible for her to and there we go. Yeah, there we go. At just this range, she can actually instant air dash and jumping B. Just over here. And it's so good. It's so good if like and the reason why you want to do it as a reactionary tool, even if it's this far, is you have to keep in mind that stomps at most reach here. Lasso, 5D lasso will reach you, so it'll also reach here. But you can get hit by 4D. So you have to make sure whenever you're approaching that Arizona is doing something. You don't want to just run in. You want to interrupt her as she's doing something with your instant air dash jumping B. That. And thus, you get the combo.
Too close.
Ah, wow. God damn. That, I didn't realize. Wow, can we just look at that? Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh. Da, da, da. Look at how far that reaches. So, look at how far this is just 2C. This is a lot farther than you'd expect, which is like a really bad situation. Because the thing about Arizona's 2C, it's a hard knockdown. So the moment she gets like that hard knockdown, she can basically cross me up. So let's see. Once she gets that hard knockdown, let's put myself in the hard knockdown state. There we go. She can either do short hop jumping C to land in front of me. Oof, sorry. Or she can just do a regular jump and cross me up with her jumping C here. This is a very dangerous like 50-50 situation that you do not want to find yourself in. And yeah, I got crossed up as a result. Okay. Wow. So I kind of want to go over this a little bit quickly. So what I did earlier, that 7D. Ah, damn it. Where was I?
Too close.
Alright, let's just play this out again.
Take off.
Oh. And here we go. Yeah, okay. This 7D. This is actually a good example of when to use 7D. Because the thing about 7D, if you try to use it as soon as you wake up, and your opponent catches on to that, they'll then be able to bait it out with like their jumping attacks, or in Arizona's case, even her air grab, which will again cause a hard knockdown situation where I have to deal with a mix-up, or I get hit by a deadly combo. So this is those good examples of knowing when to use 7D. You see? You don't want to use super jump. You don't want to use super jump and fly for your corner pressure, but you want to use super jump and fly. That way, you can check if your opponent does magic headbutt just like this. And again, I got hit with the 4D. Ah, God. One thing you have to always be mindful when you're fighting against an Arizona is you have to be mindful of her resources. Because look at that. She had two. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. Okay. Again, she had 3 stocks of magic. Let's highlight it. She had 3 stocks of magic here. And then she had 2 bars of super meter. Just around here. Actually, here we go. 2 bars of super meter and 3 stocks of magic. So the last thing you want to deal with is an Arizona that has magic, because Arizona can essentially just take control of the match. And you're about to see how well she does it. This is one of those moments where I was actually lucky, because if Voxy didn't drop the combo, he would have won that round.
You're not a warrior yet. You have much to learn.
That was close. Round 2. Fight!
Take off.
I barely got hit by that anti-air. That was really lucky of me. I can't get it out of my head. Just for emphasis. Let's see. It was about, let's say, 3 seconds? Nah, 1 second. Look at this. Look at this. Just barely. Look at how close this is. I want to draw the distance. Look at how close this is. Barely hit by it. Just barely. It's crazy how close that actually was. And I even get the cross up for it because of that. Yeah. Jumping B is a really annoying normal to deal with when you're fighting against Arizona. Because people sometimes sleep on it, but it's a really... Not only is it like a good normal for like neutral because of her short hops, it's also... Well, mixing her short hops with her regular jumps to just check people, it's also a really good like a falling normal. Because in TFH, if you air block or you tech while you're falling, you can just hit an attack button and you'll have like your air normal come out. That 4D range. I don't know how it is. I don't know how Voxy does it, but he's fairly on point with it. Let's actually go over. Yeah. This... Yeah, you always have to be mindful of this range. This range is really bad, actually. Because this is actually... Because of the angle, this is actually when she can, like, just catch people off guard with her 4D. Or if the Arizona player predicts properly the jump in, they'll just get 4D. Okay, that was a good example of me. This is a good example of why you have to use like your mobility as a reaction tool, not as like an approaching tool. Otherwise, because Arizona has a really good anti-air. It's like one of the fastest in the game. So being able to react with anti-air and then even predicting with like a 4D, she's able to control the air, and if you eventually become scared of her anti-airs and her 4D, you eventually find yourself being forced to play Arizona's ground game. And that's exactly where she excels. Again with the 4D. Bamboozled by one of the most basic tricks in the book. For those who don't know, let's go over that. You can, as in Arizona, she can end her combos in a hard knockdown, and while you're in a hard knockdown state, she can do 236A for a side switch. And sometimes you end up either side, but you can possibly end up on either side, but depending on how good your side switching game is, you can actually mix up people on where they end up on what side they end up standing. Ooh. Again, turn stealing. As long as Arizona has one stock of magic, she can easily just take control of the match.
These are a few of my was close. Final round. Fight! Gotcha! I see.
Again, I keep doing this. I keep doing Superfly jump in the corner when time and time again I've been punished for it severely. Oh god, that was clean. And this is why I said this earlier, but you have to know when to use your 7D. Otherwise, you get this situation. That was clean. This is where I kind of got rewarded because again, as I said earlier, you have to use your mobility as a reaction tool. When you're very far from Arizona, your best bet is to use your mobility as a reaction tool rather than an approaching tool. So again, so if you see this, okay, so if you guys notice, Voxy thought that I would stomp, so this area is where he could have hit me if I was actually dashing in. So because of that, I was able to just instant air dash over. And that's why, again, I keep repeating this, but it's very necessary to when you're fighting Arizona, you want to use and you're very far away from her, you want to use your mobility as a reaction tool.
Don't raise no fools.
Let's go over this. Look at how far. Look, okay. So I started air dashing just as she was about to recover. So because I probably thought that I could recover fast enough, that I could just get in fast enough, but because Voxy only did the A version of Stomp, Voxy was able to recover quickly and was able to just dash in and do anti-air.
My mama don't raise no fools.
Arizona wins. Rematch?
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Ready? Fight.
I keep doing super jump when I'm very far away, and that's a really bad habit. Ah. So if you noticed earlier, what actually happened was in this, let's see, it's 9:34. Let's go to 9:32. And here we go. This was actually a 3D, which then, as a and because Voxy has been getting tagged by my like wake up 3Ds earlier, so he was predicting it, and I wound up getting hit by his anti-air because of it. Ooh. Yeah, and this is one of those things. This is like one of those things where 2D wasn't actually in my mental stack at that time. So I've been talking about how like you have to be wary of like the ranges of 4D, 5D, and Stomp. This is especially because Voxy was using it a lot in the match. So because of that, and this is actually the first time he's used 2D in the set. So that's kind of why I was caught off guard by the 2D. Yeah, if you see me do this, it's because then I actually realized that I fucked up. That I shouldn't be flying at at that range. Finally learning. And using the air dash as a proper reaction tool. Ooh.
It's over now. These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stopping, and kicking. Round 2. Fight!
And again, just you see me do this a lot, but I can't. And again, I cannot stress enough how important instant air dash B is. And just when you see me dashing in, dashing out, I'm trying to basically look for like the ideal range in which I can easily see what he's going to do and then just react accordingly. So we move here and yeah. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it. 1, 2. Yeah, so he crouched once, which kind of can give off the impression that he is doing the stomp. And because, from what I can tell, this is C stomp, so this is C stomp. This is definitely C stomp. If you ever see an Arizona raise their hands up in the roof, just raise them up to the roof, just like that. Raise them up in the air. This is C stomp. This hits really far. So if you try catching this key pose. That way you can then just react with instant air dash. Ooh, oh god. Oof. Just getting. I have to say, Voxy has been very on point with like his A stomps. And the thing is, in like these very quick matches, you kind of don't see the buffer much. Ooh. I think I tried to super jump at that point. Oh god. Okay, in retrospect, I don't remember why I did 4D. I think I was panicking at this point. Oh. Oof, look at that. Oop. Oh no, there's so much damage. Look at that go. Ooh, that was big. Is he gonna drop it? No, he's not gonna drop it.
These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stomping,
And this is where you have to be careful, because depending on like your opponent's level of execution, these are just like key mess ups.
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Round 1. Fight.
take off. Take off.
Ah, damn, he's so clean. He's really so clean on these stomps.
I see. No more games.
Oop. Yeah, Ooh. In retrospect, I've rarely done... That was like the second time I've done like 7D on Wake Up. So he probably thought that I probably would have learned by now. But I guess I didn't. So... And that worked out for me in the end. So... And again, just... Those stomps are like the death of me, because they're so on point.
I see.
Take off. Take off. Hog tag.
That was a bad call. And I lose because of it.
These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stomping, and kicking.
That was perfect. Round 2. Fight.
Ooh.
Take off.
Ah.
Come here.
Short hop cross hop is so strong.
Sit down.
Can we talk about this for a little bit? Let's scroll back just 2 seconds. This is one of the worst ways to possibly wake up from a knockdown. Never be stupid as me where I do 2C and he even blocks it. And for whatever reason, I had no inclination to do just flight cancel the thing to make myself safe. I didn't even flight cancel this. Look, I'm going through all the way. Oh god. This is dumb. This is one of my dumber moments.
Y'all are in for a thrill about rodeo.
Ooh. Huh. Yeah, so this is actually where just being patient, just blocking and being patient worked out for me. I guess he was trying to go for like a 4D. He was thinking that maybe I was gonna do 7D maybe. But yeah, it didn't work out for him that much, and I got the 3D because of it. Oh, fun fact, one of the reasons why I like to do 3D, especially in this matchup, the problem with 7D is it's only strike invulnerable. So if you grab it, you can beat it. So the best way to deal with grabs is to do either 3D or 236A. Because with 3D and 3D and 236A, you're airborne at frame 1. But there's kind of a different they each have different drawbacks, and they both have different costs. And different benefits, different cons. Like say for 236A for example, it doesn't use up magic, but the problem is you end up getting a ground bounce as a result. So your combos are going to be a lot shorter than usual. 3D on the other hand nets you a full combo, but you have to use one stock of magic. So you have to be considerate. You have to think about what you want to use. Oh, that was such a lucky job. Yeah, and this is one of those situations where it's better to cash out because, especially at this point, he was at match point at this point, so it was better for me to just cash out so that I can win the round and then just recollect. Ooh. Ooh. We talk about this tactic a little bit quickly. 15, 18, so it's actually okay. No, a little bit. Okay. Here we go. And here we go. Okay, so this is kind of a dirty tactic that I like to use, where if I'm up close, I do instant air dash jumping A because it's an overhead. So, but instead, the thing about jumping A is it doesn't have a lot of hit stun. So if you want to combo it, especially from a counter hit, you usually need to use 5A. Otherwise, what happens is when you do moves like here 2A, you catch them off guard with it basically doesn't count as a combo, so it resets. It's a little dirty tactic because first off, this becomes a reset. So you have like the initial your 2A gets bonus damage for being the starter move. And I get a new combo as a result. And if you could tell, he has no juggle decay. Let me show you. This bar here, no juggle decay whatsoever. That is mine to control. That's a feels bad man movement. If you didn't notice, that was just feels bad man. Look at this, look at this. Right? Okay. So, I finished my combo, right? So, let's move forward. I did four. Okay, sorry. I did 4D. Okay, here we go. This is it. I want you guys to keep in mind this magic stock here. So, I do 4D, and then I backdash to feint because I was thinking that maybe he was going to do a reversal 236D. So I was like, oh, it didn't do anything. Maybe I'm safe. Nope! Ah, just the way he does that, the way he was able to just delay his 236D was smart. But yeah, feels bad, man. Feels bad for just wasting a magic stock like that.
Do not let defeat be the end.
So this is where having like being able to make good decisions pays off, because if you noticed, if you were watching earlier, what's this? Throughout the second round, I wound up using 2 bars of magic, 2 bars of super meter, in order to kill off Voxy in the second round. So, and because I was able to get that hit, just that one hit, I tried to cash in as hard as possible and got rewarded for it. Having that kind of execution pays off greatly, and just being able to like react to things.
Tianhuo wins.
Rematch?
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Back off! Too close.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. So let's go over this. Backdashing is good in TFH, but the problem is it's not that good. So let's go over this. He does a jump, and I do a backdash. As I'm backdashing, he ends up catching me off guard with the jumping C. And the thing about backdashing in this game is you can't really cancel into a block. You can cancel to other attacks, but not blocking. So, as a result, I get punished for this badly. Ah, man, I don't know why I got sloppy on that one. And I repeat it at this point, but just don't use instant air dash on Arizona as just a random approaching tool or just a regular approaching tool. You have to use the instant air dash to your advantage. Do it if you see the Arizona doing something, pressing a button, anything. Wow, that was clean actually. Let's look over that, because from what I could tell, that was a backdash that Voxy did. Alright, so oops. 1650. There we go. Here we go. And yeah, this is really smart on Voxy. You see this? This is actually a better use of backdash than what I did, where if the opponent is really close to you and you feel like you can't do the anti-air, just do backdash, because frame 2 is actually when you start in. When you backdash normally, you start becoming invincible from frame 2 up until frame 8. So this actually allows you to completely avoid incoming jump-ins. But you have to time it properly. Otherwise you're gonna get punished like I was earlier. Let's go again. Oop. Ooh. Ah, that was a good read from Voxy. He knew that I was gonna jump, so he just did 4D. That was a big oof. And just like that. At this point, this was actually a checkmate, because let's go over how much health I had left. This is 18 minutes. And you see, this is how much health I had left. And it was 4 seconds left on the clock. This was a checkmate situation because Voxy could have just ran away and he would have won through a timeout. If Voxy did like his 236D and I blocked, I would have gotten chip killed because it deals a lot of damage.
Y'all were cruising for a hidey whooping.
Round 2. Fight!
Take off.
Ooh. That was actually a good call for me. Where is it? 17. Yeah. Okay. So the game plan was he was most like I had a feeling that he was most likely gonna try to react to an anti-air or a jump in with an anti-air. So I figured, oh, why don't I just do 2B? This is a good call, but the thing, okay. Arizona 6A is kind of deceptive because usually with anti-airs, you'd think they just hit here, right? Oops. They just hit here. But in Arizona's case, or well, most of the anti-airs in the game anyway, it actually hits right here. And this is why the trade ends up occurring. Because I hit her here on her by her toes, and she hits me by the head. Oh, that was a stare down. Okay. Ah, baited the jump in. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Always make sure when you're moving, always make sure that whenever you're jumping in or moving around as Tianhuo against Arizona, always make sure she's doing the first move. Otherwise, you get these bad situations.
I see. Back off!
Ooh.
Scrambling!
Yeah. The again, I actually it's kind of been a while, hasn't it? But falling normals are very powerful. In this case, where is it? Especially on the whiff. That 5B whiffed, and because of that, he was able to just punish with like a falling jumping B. And he gets 2B and a super.
These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stopping, and kicking.
Arizona wins. Where to from here?
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Round 1.
Fight! Back off! Nuh-uh!
I don't know how I avoided that. Let's go over that. I barely avoided that. And here we go. Oh my god, that was so close. Remember when I said earlier that the hitbox of like the lasso is only here? That was I was really lucky to just barely touch it, because look how far I am. This is like the height difference, essentially. Just go on tangent here. Tangent. Look how close this is. And if it weren't for like just dashing in, I wouldn't have avoided it. And I wouldn't have gotten the cross up.
Just you wait.
This is the part where I basically remembered, oh yeah, super jump fly. And look how well rewarded I was for that. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, and because he wasn't able to react in time with like 4D, I was basically able to get the mix up, because I, as a Tianhuo, if you haven't noticed, as a Tianhuo player, I have the option to either fall down here and hit it. Oops. Fall down here and hit him at this side, or fall down here or hit him at this side. This is one of Tianhuo's best 50-50s. Dun dun dun. Oh. Drop combo, and because of that I get punished. This feels great. So, if you want to know what happened, a common practice in fighting games is to check your opponents with a jab. So, but the thing about jabs in this game, save for like Velvet's 5A, which has like the most active frames among all the 5As, they recover pretty quickly and they don't have a lot of active frames. So, the moment she tried to jab, and because of the 3D, I wound up starting in a higher height. This was like Let's see this. Dun. I'm getting up. And this, yeah, right here is when I start flying, which 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, well, roughly 14, probably a little bit longer. I was able to get her into, I was able to attack her with a 3D. So, and not to be fancy,
It's over now.
yeah, I was lucky that 236A hit. I guess he wasn't expecting the reset.
You're not a warrior yet. You have much to learn.
Round 2. Fight!
Ah, that was a clean 6A. Just look at how smart that was. So round start. Let's and you see how he waited for me to act first. This is basically how the matchup works. Whoever is the first to move loses. And because of that, he wound up blocking with, he wound up counterattacking with like the 6A essentially. Done. Nice cross up, nice combo. Let's keep going. Done. Did you see that? Did you see what just happened? What actually happened was, let's go back. Let's roll this back. We're gonna roll this back like GGPO. And you see this. He tried to do magic dash. I don't know if it was because he did the misinput for magic headbutt and got the dash instead, or he wanted to specifically get out of the corner. But the thing about magic dash, she's not invincible, but she's a low profile, meaning her hitbox actually looks something like this. Not this body, just this. But when we go on, ooh, I'll have to look this up later. But I think either the magic dash recovered too quickly, or there's a hitbox somewhere here that actually came into contact with the low profile hitbox, which kind of then got me the counter hit as a result.
It's over now.
I don't know why I keep doing super jump fly. It's just one of those weird things. And also in retrospect, I wanted to like catch my opponent off guard with like a quick attack. Although I'm realizing that firecrackers are not fast. So if I wanted to like if I wanted to like catch my opponent off guard, I would have done the job efficiently with just like a jumping A. And it probably would have been better because I'd be safe. I'd have more than enough time to recover and just block.
These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stomping, and kicking.
Final round. Fight!
Take off.
Ooh.
Well done.
Ah, that was clean. That was really clean. And the best part about that, if you catch it here, let's just fast forward into this soft knockdown. He was predicting the tech rule, but he decided to respond with 2B, which was a bad call because I was actually going for a 3D, and he got hit as a result, which gave me the combo. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, drop the combo.
Take off. Take off.
I really need to improve when I backdash. Ah, this is bad. So much damage. I'm probably, yeah, I'm dead.
My mama don't raise no fools.
Arizona wins. Rematch?
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Ready? Fight.
And, ooh. I had the good call, but I still can't believe how lucky that was. Let's go over this. Can you believe this? Look at how close this is. Look at how close this is. This almost touches the toes. Look at this. It's crazy. Look at how close this is. Almost get hit, but I don't. I somehow don't. And it's a good thing I didn't get hit, but this is something I need to be more aware of, where I should, if I want to like cross him up, I need to be at a higher height. That way I'm safe. Because playing in that range it's kind of dangerous. Ah, got hit by the cross up. Okay, we need to go over this because I don't know what it was he tried to press at that time. So, drops the combo. A7D. What was that? I don't know if it was because he wasn't blocking, or maybe he tried to react to a 6A but was somehow too late. Wait, hold on. Let's look over at this. Do you see this white flash? Or wait. No, not the white flash. This is probably as a result from my jumping C. Oh well. Voxy is he hasn't been doing stomps a lot in this matchup, but when he does, he's always on point. He has like the highest stomp accuracy among like one of the Arizona players. I even baited the 3D with an anti-air. And finally, I properly did a backdash at the correct time. You can see here. If you see here, I properly did. That was a proper backdash. That was actually a proper time to do a backdash. And because of that, I got the punish. Dun, dun. Oh god, this is scary. Oh. Yeah, this is... Ah, that was so close. And we were... Let's go over that. We were practically even at that point. Look at... wrong frame. Look at how close our life bars are. Our HP is. Oops. Practically the same thing. So basically, this is anyone's round.
Mess with the cow, you get the horns.
That was close. Round 2. Fight.
Gotcha.
Was that a stomp B? Or I think maybe it was just a stomp A. That? Yeah, that was a stomp A. And look at, yeah, this is kind of why you have to be careful with dealing with Arizona, because her stomps can reach pretty far. And this is just an A stomp? This is fairly far. And got the conversion out of it as a result. Oh. Not blocking. Ooh. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that jumping B reaches so far. I just need to say that because it's like, man, that felt really good just getting that straight hit. Let's go over this quickly. So I kind of didn't see what he was doing. So I tech roll, and he tried to check with a jab. Yeah, jab checking is a little bit risky when you're doing it against Tianhuo. So this is not. Yeah, jab checking is the last thing you want to do. in most cases, it's either just anti-air or just grab. I won the round because of that. So yeah, that was nice.
Do not let defeat be the end.
Final round. Fight.
I like how I catched him just as he was about to do the 5D. Let's look at this. So let's move forward, and he thought he was in range to do a 5D or a 4D, but because I instant air dashed, I was able to catch him off guard with the jumping beat. Look how far this reaches. It just hits her right in the nose. Ah. Yeah, this is the point where I have to cash out in order to win the match. That and super Ren Xiaofeng. And dun 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 dun. And bash super.
A match well fought, but not well enough.
I think the best part about this this match, at least in the set, was if you look at the life bar. I had a pretty strong lead. This is a pretty dominating win. And this is actually one of my best wins throughout the set.
Tianhuo wins. Rematch?
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh.
Take off.
That was, yeah, that was actually crazy. Let's go over this. Because he did stomp at round start. That was actually kind of risky because that would have either traded or lost to 5B if he actually did that. So yeah, that was actually a pretty interesting round start. I was able to block the cross up because of it. What did I catch him off guard to? Because this is actually a situation where I probably could have been punished. Ah, he just dashed. He probably didn't have enough startup for the 6A. Ooh, nice 3D. One of the things, it's really you want to use it sparingly, but okay, maybe not sparingly is the incorrect word. You want to like mix up your tech rolls in 3Ds, and especially delay them. That way, it makes it easier to catch your opponent off guard, which is why I was able to hit Voxy several times with it. Didn't watch my toes. Oof. Okay, go.
Y'all are in for a about rodeo.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where if you want to practice your execution so that you can know how to cash out properly, and this is exactly what Voxy is doing. I think he wins the round with this combo. Down, down. Oh, drops it, but oh, do I win this?
It's over now.
Nah, he wound up using magic headbutt, but he would have won that round much earlier if he didn't drop the combo. So yeah, just always keep that in mind. Learn when you're in like the proper. Learn when you're like your opponent has like the proper amount of life for you to cash out properly so that you can win a round. Because sometimes just with getting the win as soon as possible helps in like a and first off you get a round, and second you basically reset everything so you can recollect and then just control the match as a result, or if you know what you're doing.
These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stomping, and kicking.
Round 2. Fight.
I'll get you.
A worthy opponent.
This is such a bad.
Well done.
How hard is this snowball? This snowball's really fast. Okay. 30 minutes, 3 seconds left. Notice how in a span of, here we go, 29:40. That's 23 seconds. It took 23 seconds for things to snowball really fast. Up to the point where we reach 33.3 here. Arizona's already at full stocks. So this is one of the worst situations you could get yourself into. And I think let's actually see. Oh, I got lucky with that 3D.
A worthy opponent.
Yeah, this is where I lose the match, I think. Done. Oh, drops it though. Ooh.
Y'all are in for me.
Ah, that stomp really gets me every single time, and because of that, he just won the match because of it. Like when you have that kind of execution to do stomp so quickly, it really pays off. Especially in such a way that you end up winning this first to 5 set.
Mess with the cow, you get the horns.
Arizona wins.
Well, yeah. That's pretty much how the set ends. So I noticed the mistakes that I did, but overall I still think I did really well. So if there are things to be learned from here, in this matchup of Arizona and Tianhuo, it's always about who can react to the first move, or who is making the first move. Because whoever makes the first move has to get ready to defend the reaction. And the opponent has to learn to react quickly whenever they see something. If they see something, react. Because that's pretty much how the flow of the match went. And there's another thing that I should also be mindful of, at least next time. I should stop doing super jump and fly in the corner. or at least I don't use it. I don't super jump and fly very close to my opponent. The best idea, the best range would actually be kind of I super jump and fly far away. Because the thing is, most Arizonas won't risk reacting with a 4D if I'm that far. So then it allows me to at least safely gauge if my opponent is going to do magic headbutt or not. Or super. Especially if they have the resources. So yeah. That's it. So yeah, that's I'm pretty much done here. Tell me what you think in the comments. It'd be really great to just improve over this and improve this kind of content, and also just determine if I want to do these match analysis in the long run. Tell me what you guys think. And later.